Hi everyone, welcome back to my Tai Chi Kung Fu channel. I use many videos to explain Tai Chi's basics. Today, I want to use some time to introduce a straight sword. How to use a straight sword as a beginner. Or if you still have a question about the basics, how to thrust the sword, where the concept come from, where the power come from, you can still watching today's video. Straight sword is pretty much is the extension of your arm. Once you are doing a straight sword, number one, you want to use a sword to touch your arms. You can tell from here. I got closer, and often I let my kids to try to move my sword while I'm grappling. You see from the straight sword front to the side. This one's without tassel. If they pull, they cannot move the sword position on your arm. That's how tight you want to be once the sword out. And also the shoulder, once you thrust out, watch the shoulder, the wrist is slightly higher, but if you draw the line from the shoulder, you can see the line is through, connect to the sword bottom all the way to the end of the sword. It's super straight. Once you're coming back, your arm come back to your waist. By the way, I'm gonna mirror you so you can use your other side and practice with me, your right hand. This is my right side. And out. Coming back, out. Okay, how to thrust and make a noise is really how good your punch basics is. When you do punches, lesson one, instructor tell your hands on your waist, watch my elbow touch waist and fist going forward. The last second, turn. Coming back, same way, slowly twist. You can slow-mo me and last second turn. Coming back, lock the elbow. Okay, that's without the legs power, only the arm strength. Boom. Now, put your sword in your hand. Grab it. 5 finger. The second finger you can put right here. Do not go over. If you go to competition, this will deduct your point. Put over here, all right, to support. Same thing. Arm on your waist. See my sword is towards to the end of the center I want to finish. Elbow touch your waist. Snap. Snap. What is a snap? Is at the end, you are using the handle and touching the arms and stop the sword. Coming back, stop the sword. Twist is the key. If you are going out twist too early, you're not going to have that nice snap sound. Let's see, watch. Too early. Too early. I just know the sword too well. I still make a noise. But if you have like beginner, as a beginner, your power is not going to deliver to the end. They're not going to make a noise. And also, if you're using the Tai Chi sword or using an old traditional, the decoration sword, which is the thick, the top is too thick, you're not making noise. Only the competition sword will make a noise. They're designed this way. There's much thicker here and much thinner at the bottom, in the end, sorry. Okay, arm back to your waist. Elbow touch, and turn over last second, snap. Arm back to waist to support your body center and make. Now, talk about upper arm. You cannot leave without bottom of your body to deliver the most power to the end of your sword. For example, if I'm going this way, watch me, my body's turned to forward, my hand's going out, and last second I use my waist. See my turn, it's like a punch. Boom, punch to the end, thrust to the end. Go back home and practice at home, so just practice the twist, snap. And then try to move yourself. If you can move your bottom of the sword off your arm. If it can easily go off your arm, that means it's too loose. If you're using a little bit of force and not still stay there, that means you're tight enough. Okay, so come back and snap. And come back and snap. Come back and snap. That's a snap for the straight sword. And if you are using legs or bow stance, you can from together and open, snap at the same time. Again, this is a mirror video. You can definitely practice with me. And this is my right hand. That'll be your right hand too. So practice together. So come back. No flower yet. I'll tell you flower later. Open up your leg and snap at the same time. The knee cannot go over your toe. The leg is flat. Arm, finger ship, sword finger. You see, two finger behind, thumb put together, supporting the finger. This is a straight sword finger. So once you're doing straight sword, using the straight sword fingers, so does Tai Chi straight sword. So put together, open, snap out. Okay, one more time. Flat, extending, make it straight, and snap out. Really, the key is trying to move. If you cannot move yourself, great. Also, the tip cannot go too high. If it's too high, the line's not straight. Cannot go too low. See, the wrist is too high. Enough to put the handle. The second, as long as your handle is touching the arms, you're in the good hand. Normally, I tell students, after 10 thrusts, I want to see red marks. If you are my student, you already know I'm checking your red marks constantly. So put your hands out, finish, and super tight, snap on your arm. After 10, check, oh, even 2, I got the right marks on my wrist, right here in the center of the wrist. So that means you're doing something right. And before the thrust, normally you do the flowers. So adding flower, inside, outside, come back, waist. Thrust, inside, outside, come back to waist, back. Flower is something more complicated, and you have to using times to do thousands and thousands of times to lubricate your wrist. And when I was young, I was a brass sword champion before 14, national. And then brass sword using more waist. Doesn't require a lot of a wrist. But when I'm changing from brass sword to straight sword, I realize how tight my wrist is. Without the nice flower, the straight sword looks like a brass sword. That's just between brass sword and straight sword's difference. So I'm using every morning training time to using flowers to loose up my wrist. So if you want to practice flowers, you can also pay attention for my next video, how to do straight sword flowers. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next video.